Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rosa Inja, your game. And call me, and Quincy, and Peachy, and spinning his straight hand leg. And obvious, as you know, I'm dating the lane. The sun, the sky is almost blue. The grass is not greening, but let's hope the video is going to be working. Okay, so about, I think 6 months ago, I can't remember, maybe 7 months or maybe, I'm really not sure. If you want to know, go to my YouTube channel, check out the video that I made about this car, and maybe you will know how long that was. But I made was not a review, but it was just like a talk. It was like a TED talk where we were talking about things you should look at when you are buying a second-hand car. So this is a review of the car 6 months later after we bought it. I've heard stories of people saying they had a horrible experience buying a car from We Buy Cars. This video is not sponsored by them, by the way. So yeah, keep that in mind, keep that in mind. But you see, the thing is, people do not pay attention, and still people do not listen. Guys, I did say that when you're buying a second-hand car, you are not buying a brand new car. I'm not saying this is a brand new car, but like you can see, this is an older car. This is a car from 2006. This car is almost 17, 18 years old. This one, maybe 2015-ish, somewhere there. I'm not really sure. But, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the things that we've experienced, things that we had to fix, and maybe some problems that we came across along the way. But as you can see, the car still moves. The car still moves. I can push it right now. The car will move. This is not going to be a review about this car. If you want a review about this car, let me know in the comments below. Then we can make a review about this one. I just wanted to make a comparison between old age and new age.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to take this car to the Kruger National Park, but all of that will be possible if you guys subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Your support is highly appreciated. You can subscribe. You can show your love by subscribing, leaving a comment on the video, sharing the video with your friends, your statuses. You can share everywhere you can. That is highly appreciated. But if you can leave a like and subscribe, that would be very enough for me.
I'm planning on taking this car very far away, just to prove that, you know what, if you put the right steps on making things work for you, you can do it. I think this car has been to Mpumalanga more than
maybe like 7 times, as mentioned in the video. Seven times, 7 to maybe, yeah, somewhere around there. And considering the distance to go is like 500k, 600, somewhere there. So you can do the maths, coming, going, and coming. So that's like 14, 16 times it went there. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope this video will be very helpful towards you guys. Don't forget to leave your comments. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the best at reviewing this type of content. Like, this is my second car video that I've made, so I'm not entirely sure about the process and how everything is going. I'm just doing it intuitively, so please forgive me if I make mistakes. This car too brutal. I'm just a boy. Yeah, back to the video.
And the car is still running nicely, just because we took the proper steps to fix it. I'm not saying it's perfect. It still has some problems, but I will outline the problems in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is very unscripted. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, and hopefully we're going to correct the mistakes in the studio. If there are some mistakes that I've made, if I did talk some trash in this video, some of you guys pick them up. Please comment on the please correct me on the comment section. Please keep the comment section very sweet and very nice. Look guys, I'm not saying that I'm a car expert. I'm learning. This is like my second car video. I'm learning as we move. I'm learning as we move. So I'm probably gonna make a ton of mistakes, but I'm only human. And this is based on mostly on my own experience and mostly on some sort of research that I put in, but it's not really that deep. So if I make mistakes, I'm sorry, okay? Just correct me in the comment section. Keep it nice and sweet. So enough with the yada, because I can talk the whole day about I don't know what, but cool. let's get into the video. We're not talking about this car, by the way. We're talking about this one. Maybe get a few other sponsorships and get other car companies to give me their cars so that we can go to the mountains and we can go hiking. But all that is possible if you guys subscribe. Lankushish. So now let's look at the car. Enough with the yada yada. So when we bought the car 6 months ago, I think the problems that it indicated was the car is smoking, the handbrake was not working. I think that was about it. And props to the guy who used to own this car before. He really took good care of it. Proper service. The only problem that I have, and I still have now, is the fact that the car didn't have a service book history or that manual ownership, what book. It didn't have. And that is a problem, guys. If you buy a car, don't be like me. Now, I didn't say I bought a car, but I'm also saying, but if you buy a car, make sure that you have the book, see that book, service book, and just look through it. And I feel like it's a problem that a lot of people ignore. I don't know, especially on older cars, they don't keep like the service history and all of that. So you don't know whether you're getting a good car or you're getting a bad car. But as for me, it's bravery out here. It's bravery. Can even go get a car, buy a car under the ocean, and I won't be afraid because, we know what to do. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not a car expert. There are people who are way better than me. I'm learning as we go. And I'll make a few mistakes. Even in this video, I will. But that doesn't take out the fact that I'm trying to teach you something. Unconscious. So about 6 months ago, when we bought this car, it indicated that the handbrake was not working and the car was smoking. And one of those problems was fixed. And ladies and gentlemen, is very not engine related. So the handbrake now works. Somehow the handbrake now works because I think the rear brakes had a bit of a problem, and after the guy fixed it, the handbrake was now working. I think he also adjusted the handbrake, but the handbrake is now working. But there's only one problem that we still have, and I feel like this is going to be a problem that is going to get bigger and bigger as time goes because I'm ignoring the car very much, and that is not what you want. So the car is still smoking. I do have the valve stem seals inside. I think we need to replace that. But before we do that, I wanna fix the entire engine, because like I did say, it's a car from 2007. I'm not sure how many horsepower this car is, but I feel like most of the horses already escaped from the hood, so we might have a bit of a problem there. So we need to replace the pistons, we need to replace everything. I think I did say this in the previous video, and I'm saying it again, and I'll be probably saying it next year. I should stop ignoring that problem because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a good thing to be in the mountain, trying to accelerate, and the car doesn't do it because the horses ran away, and now one of those horses that was supposed to pull the car is not there, and it's going to be a problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope ladies are also watching this video because I feel like most of my audience is male, and we're also trying to get the ladies over here so that they can learn a thing or two. Okay, enough with that. So let's talk about the wheels. Well, the car did have good wheels when it came from the store. The wheels are still okay even now. I'm just not sure which year. I think the year is written somewhere there. I'm just lazy to look for it. I don't know where it is. Let's see. That's one of the things that I'm also learning, and hopefully I'll pick them up as time goes. But some tires do have the date. I don't know where this one is written, but it's probably somewhere there. It's just me who doesn't see it or who doesn't know where to look. And it's not clear. It's not like they will write this tire came out in, but tires are still good. But I do want to change them. I do want brand new tires for the entire car so that we can have new things and the car can perform as it did back in 2006. I think that's what I'm aiming for. I want it to perform like it came out from the factory, maybe even better. Maybe include horses, our own horses in here. And there was a pigeon that was making noise there, and if it was making noise, I'm really sorry, but that was it. So we did experience a bit of a problem with the rear tire. So I think my brother was driving the car in the mountains and they hit something and that wheel had a problem. So ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the channel so that we can get new wheels, so that we can go to the Kruger National Park and hopefully come back with a monkey. So there was a bit of DIY there. I don't know if you guys can see. So it came with that damage. So these are some of the things that you should look for when you're buying a second-hand car. Damages, things like this and all, so that you can know, okay, what are you getting yourself to? Are you going to replace the mirror? Is it strong enough? Are you going to live with the problem? Yeah, but there is a bit of a damage there. I don't know if this mirror can close. I'm afraid if I can push it, force it, it might break. I don't know what these guys did, but there's a bit of a damage there. When we bought the car, please come closer. When we bought the car, like the car is very dirty, guys. I'm really sorry. Subscribe to the channel so you can get money and go get the car washed, because I'm very lazy to wash the car myself. So we got this guy from the streets who polished our lights, and he did that very cheap. I'm not saying he did a good job, and I'm also not saying he did a bad job, but it's way better than it was. I did do some polishing, and he also did do some polishing, and this light, I swear, it's better than it was when it came. I think we still need to work it out and like polish it some more. Nothing was changed here, nothing was changed, just that the wipers had a bit of a problem, so we had to change them. The windscreen is still broken, and subscribe to the channel. So there were some kids that scratched the car, and my heart sank to the bottom of the ocean. Kids scratched the car. I think the kid keyed the car with his gear around, so he went around like this. Please, if I catch the kid. So I had to buy that polish to polish the car. I think that happened maybe 3 months ago, not sure. 3 months ago, had to polish the whole entire thing, and I'm happy with the results. I'm just not sure if the thing is gonna hold up or not, but yeah, cool. That was one of the problems that we experienced, but that was a problem. You see, like the tire was a problem that we experienced. The scratch was a problem that we experienced after, and it was our own problem. It's not like it's okay, maybe it was not our own problem, but yeah, you get the point, right? Cool. So moving on. Boot space. Let's talk about the boot. Like, guys, this video is very unscripted, ne? Like, there's no sequence that I'm following, ne? But you just gotta keep up. So the boot space. I feel like you can fit an entire car there. I don't know. Maybe let me demonstrate how big the boot is. Let me demonstrate. It's quite big, eh? Right? It's quite big, Nico. It's quite big. I can fit in here. So that's how big the boot is. And I don't know if maybe this thing is removable, so you can fit maybe two mini cows. You can fit 2 mini cows in here, and then yeah. So I'm just not sure if this boot is bigger than the other car, but yeah, goodies. So when it comes to DIY, ne, this is as far as it goes with the DIY. See this thing here? That's insulator tape. I don't know if you can see it. Mr. Cameraman, please come closer. Show them. DIY. So the previous owner did some DIY there, and he also did some DIY here, of which I really don't have a problem with. The car is dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Really sorry. He did some DIY, and I feel like he did a good job, but I don't have a problem with that. Maybe in the future. Well, yeah, maybe in the future. And you see, I don't know what they call these panels. Zimbashile, as you can see, they're ambashed. So I feel like that needs to be polished as well, so that cool. Now I think maybe we've mentioned there is one thing that I don't like though, and I can't take it out. I feel like maybe we need to grind it out. This thing, we don't have the key because you have to put a key in there. so that you can take it out. But we don't have the key. Unfortunately, when we bought the car, it didn't come with the key. And parking this car in the garage, this car is quite long, it's quite long. So parking this car in the garage, like you have that bit of a clearance between between the garage door and the car. Not the car, but the tow bar. So if we didn't have this, we'd probably have the space that big. I could fit, see, I could walk behind the car in the garage. That is a problem. But I feel like, okay, if I had the key, I would have the option to pull it out if I need it and to put it in if I don't need it, because we are planning on taking this car to the Kruger National Park. Subscribe to the channel so we can do that. I also want to pull a trailer just to make me feel like I'm going to camp. That's it. Sure. So rear lights, good, they're working, but the reverse lights are dead. They died a few weeks ago. So let's move into the interior. Let's talk about the interior of the car and maybe a bit of maybe one or two things. Okay, so moving on to the interior. I feel like I butchered the outdoors. I feel like I butchered the exterior of the car. Maybe that's a video for another day. Subscribe to the channel, don't miss out. Sure. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to get into this car thing. Yeah. Maybe I might butcher the video. Maybe I might not butcher the video. Maybe it might help you. So subscribe to the channel. So moving on to the interior of the car, and I'm going to talk about the interior, how the car performs, and all of that. So this is the sports version of the generation, because I'm only saying that because it has a sport button there. I'm not sure if the car is sport, but it has a sport button there. So if I press that, the car performs a bit better than it does. It responds a bit better. I'll show you a close-up of this when we pull the camera closer. But yeah, adjustable steering wheel. You can adjust the steering wheel. So think of an aeroplane. Now, I'm not saying you should do this. You should never do this because it's very dangerous. Think of an aeroplane when you're speeding and then you pull and the car goes shoo. Don't ever do this when you're driving. Don't adjust the steering wheel when you're driving. Adjust it when you are. Don't be like me. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Steering wheel is adjustable. We have lights. The lights are not auto. They are manual, so you have to do it like in the Stone Age. It's a feature that I don't like. I want everything to be automated. I want the lights to switch on themselves when they see that they're in the dark. But ladies and gentlemen, it is a car from 2007. Maybe the technology was not that great back then. Even the wipers are not automatic. But yeah, that's what you get when you get an older car. So I do like to state that, guys, when you are buying a second-hand car, you are not buying a brand new car. You will experience a lot of problems. You might experience a lot of problems. You might not experience problems. Keep that in mind. Don't buy a second-hand car and start going to KZN and start going to Eastern Cape and start going to... Buy the car and fix it. Like I said, guys, in my first video, if you buy a second-hand car, let's say you buy the car for 60,000, make sure you can afford the car twice. So it means that you must have 120,000 in your pocket for you to buy a 60,000 rand car. Why does that sound very wrong? But yeah, that's besides the point. Like, guys, I'm not saying you should have that entire money or whatever, but keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that the car might break down and you might need to fix it. Like, we had a problem. The car, when you bought it, was leaking water, and that I don't think that was indicated in the review. I don't think so, because maybe some of these problems are hidden. Maybe it's not problems that can be detectable when you buy the car. But like, guys, there's a lot that I can talk about this car. There's a lot. Like, but yeah. So I can talk about the problems, I can talk about the features, but it will take me an entire day. So I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. I'm trying to get mid-roll ads so that, yeah, we can get that YouTube money. So, cool. I feel like maybe I should talk about the things that the problems that we experienced, and the and the features of the car. But let me talk about the problem. Okay, I did start with the problems already, so let me just continue with that flow. Now, so sharp. Water pump was not working. That needed to be replaced. It was not expensive. It was relatively cheap. It's an older car. The parts are going to be a bit cheaper if they are available. If they're not, then maybe they're going to be a bit expensive. But we replaced the water pump, and I still need to replace the timing belt. I don't trust this one. It looks new, but I want brand new stuff for the car. Like I said, I want the car to perform as great as it did when it came out the shop. So, okay, so let's talk about the radio. It's not the best radio ever. This radio is, it looks its age. Honestly, it looks like, yeah, cool. We have a CD player, We have, yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, I had to buy this thing so that I can connect my Bluetooth, my phone. So, I know they do make some aftermarket radios for this thing, and then yeah, I can put the things there and then change the radio. Maybe that's a video for the future. I don't know, but yeah. You see this thing? It shows that this is a very old car. This thing here. I feel like this thing needs to be changed. If there is someone that knows where I can get this thing, I do know people who can work these things out, but I don't know why I'm lazy. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm asking you guys. Maybe there is one of you guys who has an extra spare, then we can change it. I don't like it. Same bashil. Cool. And it needs to be fixed. Including this one, it's also getting old. The car is very dirty, it needs to be washed. We just came from a trip from Mpumalanga, so there is a bit of grime and dirt and all of that. Coolies. So I think the headliner is good. If my cameraman can show you, it's clean. It's clean. I'm surprised because the previous owner was a smoker, and I could tell because the car smelled like cigarettes. I don't think he smoked too much in the car, but yeah. See, this thing here is burnt. It's burnt because a lighter maybe fell there or something, and we had to replace. The filter for the aircon. And yeah, like I said, guys, the video is very unscripted. It's all over the place, but keep in mind that it's my second car video. It might be a bit crusty and rusty, but yeah, so we're trying to, yeah, cool. So I think maybe that's the only problems that the car has inside. The windows do open, trust me. I just don't have the key. They do all open. Yeah, like I said, the guy did take good care of this car. The seats, well, they're aging, as you can tell by that. They're aging, so maybe that needs a bit of polish. I don't know. I've seen videos where guys fix the is it called the bolster? Yeah, I've seen it. The seats are a bit comfortable. They're a bit comfortabler than the Corsa, the old Corsa, not this one, the old Corsa. The old Corsa, it had leather seats as well, but the seats were not as comfortable as this. I'm not saying these seats are very comfortable, because it's like, you know what, I don't even know what a comfortable seat feels like. I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't know. To me, all the seats, I've been inside a Range Rover, inside a BMW, I feel like all the seats feel the same. I don't know. Maybe if I really start to pay attention, maybe I will notice. But yeah, the only difference that I noticed was that the old Corsa seats, those ones, they were not make sure. But everything else to me kind of feels the same. Yeah, so it's my own opinion. Don't shoot me, please. Coolies, the seats, yeah. They're good. And moving on, let's talk about the airbags. Airbags, I'm not sure how many airbags this car has, but we can count. We have one there. One. We have another one in here. That's two. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a seat airbag. We have an airbag here. I don't know if my cameraman can come closer so that he can show you that there's an airbag on the seat. And that is a feature that you do not get on cars that came out last year. There are cars that came out last year that don't have an airbag here. Here, this car came out 17 years ago. It has an airbag there. Can you top that? So yeah, those are some of the features that you get when you see. Yeah. Sure. We have airbag number 3. We have another one here, obviously. So that's how many? That's 4. We have an airbag there. Do we? No, we don't. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it's not written here, so we might not have an airbag there. And there, the back, we don't have airbags there. Maybe on some other top of the range models, maybe we do have airbags there, but we don't have them here. But at least we have a seat airbag. A seat airbag. Where do you get that in some of these modern cars? Now the aircon does work. We had to refill that. We had to fix that. It was not working when it came. Maybe there was like about 2% of it left, but now it gets cold. Like it gets. But the heater. See, I have a problem with the heater in this car. I don't know. Thing is, I've never experienced this problem before, so I don't know where it stems from. But the heater takes time. Hey, it takes maybe I don't know how many minutes, maybe 10 minutes to like heat up like to the proper temperature. And can you imagine if you are working 10 minutes away from your house and you have to go to work every morning? Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe that's not the best thing to have, not idea, rather. Maybe the best thing to have, not the best thing to have. Might be a bit of a problem because you start the car, you go to work. By the time you get to work, that's when the car is starting to heat up. So maybe you might need to start the car 10 minutes before and then you see, but that's not advisable because by the law of South Africa, you're not allowed to leave the car running on your driveway. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. So, yeah. So, now, another thing, guys. Okay, so now let's talk about the features. I think, okay, I'm talking about the features. I'm talking about the problems. It's all over the place. Forgive me, guys. Okay, so now let's look at the other features the car has. Let's look at the other features. I've seen cars, guys. Some cars, maybe they don't have the best features. Some modern cars, maybe they don't have the best features. Maybe they don't tell you. I don't know why. And by modern cars, guys, now, look, by modern cars, I'm not talking about cars that came out. Maybe I am. But I'm not talking about Omoda, you see, like all those high-tech cars. I'm not talking about those high-tech cars. I'm talking about your basic Suzuki Celerio type of vibes. I'm talking about, you know, I've seen some of these cars. Maybe they don't have some of these features, and I still don't understand why. But maybe it's my own understanding or my own what I saw, and I've never driven those cars. But maybe if I can drive those cars, maybe I can have a different outlook on how the cars work and how the cars behave and all of that. But yeah, let's talk about this one now. So one major problem that I have in this car, this car lacks cup holders. I think if my friend can show you we do not have cup holders. That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a cup holder. As you can see, the cup there is squished. Like a can cannot fit in there. We do not have cup holders. I don't know. Maybe they're hidden somewhere. I do not know. Maybe they're in the roof lining. We don't have cup holders in this car. So you cannot be drinking things while you're driving. I almost said you cannot be drinking while you're driving, but that sounds very wrong. So if I put the things, if you cannot be drinking things, sounds a bit better. But this is not a cup holder, guys. This is where the scanner is, the car's scanner computer, if you want to scan the car. And maybe it's not. It's like, look, there's no cup holder here. The only thing that maybe resembles a cup holder in this car, I'll show you right now, is that and liting, like you have to move. What do I have to move? I have to move this seat there to have something that resembles a cup holder, something that resembles. And look at this, it's not cool. Now, can I drive in this position? No. Why? I'm short. I'm not really short. I'm like 5'8", maybe 170 centimeters. I'm not really that tall, and I'm also not really that short. But look at this. How can I drive? My feet do not reach there. They do not reach. How can I be driving like this and be drinking? Doesn't work. If I pull the seat to that, maybe that is a reasonable thingy. But now, what if I want to drive like this, relaxed? Every time I want to take out the drink, guys, that's very dangerous. Both hands need to be on the steering wheel all the time. So we have 0 cup holders. I can say we have zero cup holders in this car, and that is a big thing for me. I need my cup holders, guys. I need my cup holders in the car. Sharp and kushish. But it's not a train smash. It's a car from the dark ages, so we do understand. We do have cruise control, and I feel like I need to talk about cruise control because there are a lot of cars that came out after this one that do not have cruise control. 2007, maybe you can say, maybe this is a classic car. It came out a long time ago. We do have cruise control and it works nicely. Yeah, it's there. If you can, I can show you. We have our speed limiter there. We have our speed limiter, and we do have our thingy, our cruise control over there. So that's it. The wiper blades work. Everything works. So let's move on to the engine compartment of the car. I think I've covered everything. If there's something that I missed, let me know in the comment section. If you want to see the glove box is there. It works. If there's something that I missed out, guys, like I said, the video is unscripted. Maybe I'm talking, I'm all over the place today, but hopefully you guys do understand. So let's move on. Sharp. Okay, now let's move on to the engine compartment of the car. Let me just close the other door because, you know, I won't be doing this like whistling diesel. Maybe if you guys promise to subscribe, then I will, but no, not today. So engine compartment. It is maybe a bit dirty. So for the engine parts, right, we had to replace this thing, this hydraulic shock absorber, this hydraulic thingy that needed to be replaced because the older one was not working as it should. And the engine is a bit dirty, but I don't think that's something that you'd be worried about because no one sees this thing. Scotty, I don't know if you guys know Scotty Kilmer, he did say that no one sees the engine unless if maybe you're going to shows and places where you need to show the engine. Maybe you can clean the engine, but I don't see the need to be cleaning the engine. Now, if we can check the oil is dirty. The oil is dirty. Maybe it needs to be changed. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe, but I know there's a lot of people online saying that these cars are notorious for their mixing water with the oil, head gasket failure and all of that. I know there are people who say those things, but we haven't experienced the problem, and hopefully I pray that we never experience such a problem. Cool. So I feel like the throttle body is maybe a bit aged. Maybe that's something that we need to change as well. It still works, but you know me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I need the car to perform as it did. So I think that's one of the things that we need to change. And yeah, we did change the coil pack. I think it costed about 800 to buy, 800 to buy. Yeah, and we bought it on the shop and did the repair by the side of the road. So that's how easy it was to fix. It took like 10 minutes, maybe 20, maybe 30 to replace. You just open these two bolts, remove this thing, remove the bolts there, remove the plug, take it out, put the new one, put back the plug, tighten it, put the cover back on. It was as simple as that, and the car was not misfiring anymore. So that was one of the problems. We still need to put the coolant inside because now we do not have coolant in here, we have water. And ladies and gentlemen, please do not put water in here. Please do not. Put the proper coolant for your car. Read the owner's instruction, owner's manual, owner's what, so you can put the proper coolant here. Don't be dumb, don't be like me. Put the proper coolant. I will be draining that out. It was because it was an emergency, and yeah, so that needs to be changed. The battery still works fine. Everything works fine here. Honestly speaking, I feel like the only problem that the car has now is either the throttle body and or maybe the gearbox. I feel like the gearbox is a bit aged because I am experiencing a bit of like, it's lagging a bit, man. Maybe we need that extra push. And I'm thinking, it's not like I'm sure. I'm thinking that maybe the problem is the gearbox. And maybe the problem is there, but it's not enough for the computer to pick it up. See, maybe the problem is there, but it's not enough for the computer to pick it up. So it's just there, it's just winging it, unconscious. So I do feel like the gearbox needs to be looked at, maybe changed. But I do want to like replace the whole gearbox, put a new one, replace the throttle body, put a new one, open up the engine, change the pistons. The pistons, I feel like the pistons are okay, but maybe the bearings and the head gasket is still okay, but the bearings, the rings, valves, all those to me feels like they are minor things. I don't know. People always say it's a hard it's like a complicated fix, it's a complicated whatever, but for me, like, I don't know, maybe for me and some other mechanics, I'm not a mechanic, but maybe for me and some other mechanics, maybe it's not a big of a deal. A big of a deal. Is that the correct way to say it? Is that the correct way to say it? Maybe it is. So, like, I did work on an Ecotech engine before. I also feel like this one is an Ecotech. We'll open it now and see. But yeah, it is because it's written at the back. It's an Ecotech engine, and people do say that these are not good engines, but I feel like if you put the proper oil, take good care of it, it will last you a long time. This is a car from 2007, 2006. It still works today. It still works, guys. It still works. So, put 1 and 2 together. Take proper care of it, Uncle Shish. This is a German car, by the way. It is a German car. You know what they say about German cars. You need to take good care of them, because if you don't, then you might have a problem, Uncle Shish. So, I think that's it. If there's something that you need to know, if there's something that you need to see, let me know in the comments. Then we can work on the car and we can go deeper. We can go to a deep dive. I did say I'm not a mechanic, but yeah, Uncle Shisha. So, I feel like maybe that's the entire video. I feel like it's the entire video. If there are some things that you need to know, like, are the lights working? Yes, the lights are working. All the lights are working, except for the reverse light that broke last week. Needs to be looked at. It's a good car. Like, it's a good car. Like, guys, now, I am not saying, I did say this in the previous video, and I will say it again. I am not saying that take your hard-earned cash and go buy a car, and go buy this car, or go buy this car. I'm not saying that, guys. If you buy a car, do your research. If you buy a brand new car, do your research. If you buy a second-hand car, do your research. Do your research when you buy cars. Don't just buy a car because I said it's a good car or I said it's a bad car. It's all up to me. It's all a matter of preference, and it's all a matter of, do I feel like this is something that I can work on? Do I feel like these are some of the problems that I'm willing to work on, or all of that? But I'm not saying take your hard-earned cash and go buy a car. No, I didn't say that. All I'm saying is, maybe this is a good car for me, but it might not be a good car for you. Like, there is someone that I know that is experiencing a problem with this car, but maybe that is a problem that they're not willing to fix, because there are some problems that some people are willing to work on. There are some problems that some people are not willing to work on. So it depends. It depends. Do you have the time? Do you have the time? No, you might not have the time to work on it. Okay, do you have the money? No, you might not have the money to work on it. So it might feel like it's a pain for you to be owning a certain type of car. But all I'm saying is, I know that they're saying that the Toyotas are reliable and all of that, but in all terms and all everything, I'll just put it out there straight up. There is no car that is reliable. I'll just put it out there. There are cars that are better than others, but there's no car that is 100% reliable. Because if a car is 100% reliable, then I don't know, but maybe something, yeah. But that's it. There is no car that is reliable. There are some cars that are better than others, like they do say the Toyota has lasted a long time. Yeah, cool. This one also lasted a long time. I think it has about 250 kilometers on the clock. So put 1 and 2 together. Okay, so let's look at the engine for this one. We're not reviewing this one, but we just want to see the similarities. Oh, okay, cool. So I had to open this, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, opens like that. Did you see me pull any steel? Did you see me do that? You didn't. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a car that came out maybe in 2016. I'm not really sure, but we have to do it the old way. I don't know why we're evolving backwards, but yeah, it feels like we're evolving backwards. And maybe my cameraman can come closer so that you can see. Okay, we have proper coolant. The engine compartment is dirty, but yeah, like who cares? Like who cares? It's designed to be that way. So as you can tell, there is no, it's not written Ecotech here. I don't know why, but it is written in the back. But I wanted to see it here as well. I wanted to see it here. What if I forget? What if I forget that? What if I forget when I open here and I cannot tell? What if I forget? I wanted it to be like this. You see, like this. You can see the Opel logo, and you can see it tells you when you open that I am an Ecotech. You see, but it is an Ecotech. This one is a 1.4. This one is a 1.8. 1.4, 1.8. Bigger engine, smaller engine. And like guys, okay, so I'm not going to talk about this car. I don't know. I didn't do any research about it. I don't know what happens in here. Honestly speaking, I don't know. But it's a bit similar. It looks a bit similar. See, the battery is in the same place. And maybe the reservoir is in another place. But it's pretty much the same thing. It's not too complicated. And it's not. But I don't know why I even showed you this. But yeah, maybe I wanted to show you. We have that in a car that came out a few years ago. That. So these are some of the features that I say that some cars came out last year, some cars came out this year, some cars came out in 2006, but they have better features than others. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you want a review of this car. Then we can talk. But I feel like for this video, this is where it ends. And I repeat, I'm not saying take your hard-earned cash and go buy a car. I'm not saying that. Do your research. Make it your own problem. Don't make it my problem. Make it your own problem. Make sure that it's you that is saying, I'm going to take out the car, the money, I'm going to buy a car. And after buying that car, I'm willing to work on the problems that it might have, and I'm willing to work on the problems that it already has. So, I feel like this is where the video ends. Guys, don't forget to subscribe on the channel. Keep the comment section clean. I'm not the best. I'm not saying that I know everything about cars, but yeah, Uncle Shish, keep the comment section clean. If there's something that I left out, let me know. If there's something that you need to know, I'm open to shoot the video and let you guys know about everything. But subscribe to the channel. We are planning on taking either this car or this car to the Kruger National Park to see how it performs. Like I know it already went there. No, not to the Kruger, but it already went to Mpumalanga like 7 times. Back and forth, it's about 16. So we are planning on making a proper video, reviewing everything, maybe reviewing hotels and how the car looks next to the hotel on Kushish. So subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. We will be making reviews on the car if you want. We are planning on having other cars as well. But this is the end of the video. This is Rosa Enjoy Game. I'm Komi, I'm Quincy, I'm Pechi, I'm spinning a straight and tech. I'm